If you're going to learn a foreign language, you're going to need 4 skills: reading, writing, understanding the spoken language, and speaking. But one of these, I think, is way more important than the other 4. And I'll tell you why. Let's talk about it. Yesterday, I was giving lessons to a man from Mexico. He wants to improve his English. And I listened to him talk, and I was very impressed. I thought, wow, this guy's grammar is really sharp. His accent is excellent. I mean, not perfect, because when we're adults, we always have a bit of an accent, but it just doesn't matter. His pronunciation was good. His grammar was excellent. He has a great big vocabulary. And I thought, why in the world would you want me to help you with your English? And he said, the problem is that sometimes I don't understand when people are talking to me in English. When you're learning a new language, you need 4 skills. You need to be able to read and write, you need to be able to speak, and you need to be able to understand the spoken language. But one of these is way more important than all the others, and that is being able to understand the spoken language. It's easy to fake the other skills. You can learn some stock phrases and repeat them, and you can write a little script and sound like you speak a language way better than you actually do. I do this for sure. I have stock phrases that I can say in some language that I don't speak very well, but I can say my little phrases really well, so I use them, and then the people say, oh wow, you speak my language, and then I get caught every time. But you can also fake writing. You can have your little phone beside you. You can look up words. You can use Google Translate in a pinch. It'll help you out. And you can fake it when you are reading, because nobody really knows how fast you're reading or anything. So you can read, and you can read with a dictionary, and you can read on the computer and let the computer help you. The one that you just cannot fake is understanding the spoken language. It's a terrible thing. I've done this a few times when I was speaking a language that I didn't speak very well, and I would, just try to pretend that I knew what I was saying, that I knew what the other person was saying, because I didn't want them to stop, and I didn't want them to have to stop with every word and feel like they were talking to a little child that wasn't especially bright. So I would pretend that I understood all the time when I didn't always understand, and I'd say yes, 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 and then sometimes I would get caught, and they'd say, you don't know what I'm saying, do you? And I'd have to say, yeah, it's true. I didn't know what you were saying. But being able to understand the spoken language is super valuable. And if you're going to concentrate on one of the language skills, I would really concentrate on that. And the second skill that I think is important is reading. More than writing, more than speaking, what you really want to get good at is the input stuff. Being able to understand the spoken language by native speakers at normal speed, and being able to read at an appropriate level of proficiency. So you want to read just a little notch above where you're really at, and push yourself forward, but not too fast so that you get all discouraged and lost and confused. So focus on those 2 things. Focus on being able to understand the spoken language and being able to read the language. Because if you pour this language into your brain for a long time, it will definitely come out of you. You can't prevent that from happening. If you get lots of input in your target language, you will speak it and you will write it. And you won't even really know why. You'll say things and you say, wow, that was really good. I don't know why that's so good. Because you got a lot of input. So learn to listen. Practice listening. Do a lot of listening. And I think that one of the best things you can do in the world for your language skill is take lessons with a native speaker. When you're at the level where you're really ready to improve your speaking, learn how to talk with a native speaker and listen a lot. I think it's Ollie Richards who said, nobody will ever study their way to fluency. I think that's really true. And I don't think you'll study your way to fluency, and I don't think that you will ever learn a language from a computer program. I don't think anybody's ever done that. All of the famous YouTube polyglots, and if you meet other people who aren't on YouTube, who speak a bunch of languages, ask them if they used a piece of software, and that's how they became fluent. I don't think you'll ever find that. I think it's an absurd idea. Languages are passed from one person to another person. What you need is a person who can help you and who can speak to you in your target language at an appropriate speed and an appropriate level so that you get the input that you need. And if you get that, you will definitely be able to speak well, and you'll be able to write well if you do a lot of reading and listening. That's number one. Talk to you again soon.